The saddest moment in my life was when my grandmother died. I was at the hospital with her when she died, and my grandmother and I were very, very close. She was the one person that I counted on, and she believed in me, and she supported me, and she just loved me from the first day. I was the very first grandchild on both sides of the family. There were a lot of grandchildren in the end, probably about 20, but I was the first. We were very close. Well, for one thing, she taught me as a woman to always be prepared to take care of myself and not to rely on a man to take care of me, to make sure that I could get a job and that I was educated and that I could support myself and my family, because sometimes things don't work out and you have to. That was probably the biggest lesson. I wrote a cookbook about, it's been 10 years ago now. My grandmother had Alzheimer's, and she was losing weight very rapidly, and I went to visit her, and I saw her trying to eat, and she was having a lot of difficulty. It was with a plate of spaghetti, and it was all over her. My grandmother was a nurse, and she was extremely proud of being a nurse. She was one of the nurses that wore the white dresses, the white hat, the white shoes, the white nylons, the blue cape from the 60s or 50s. She was just a very pristine, very clean person. So to see her covered with food was really embarrassing for her, and it was a shock to me. And I realized that she was losing weight because she couldn't eat. She couldn't get the food from the plate to her mouth, and it was embarrassing to her. So I wrote a cookbook that had variations on things like spaghetti, where you made spaghetti pie, and it was in a wedge, and it could be cut, eaten in bites instead of long strands falling in your lap and all over your face. And I wrote a whole cookbook based on that. I called it Dining with Dignity, meaning that they could eat the foods that they loved, but with some dignity instead of humiliating themselves. I'm very proud of what I've done so far. I thought about that a lot, thinking, well, have I done everything I want to do? Does everybody know that how I feel about them? Have I accomplished what I wanted to accomplish in my life? And I had, I had a very successful career, and I knew that my family loved me. I knew that I loved them. There was no doubt. I don't think in anyone's mind how I felt about them, because I've always tried to be really upfront and honest with people. And I just felt like I was leaving. If I left, I would be leaving good relationships behind, and I'd be leaving good memories behind.